So you're thinking of moving to Las Vegas, but you're curious about the pros and cons of buying a home without an HOA. Buying a home without an HOA has its advantages and it also has its own disadvantages. In this video, we're going to talk about where you can find these communities in the Las Vegas Valley and the pros and cons in general of no HOA communities. Let's get into it. So let's talk about where you can find them. Non-HOA communities can be found all throughout the Las Vegas Valley except master plan communities. Master plan communities would be like Sky Canyon or even Summerlin or Mountain's Edge. So they can be found just on the outskirts of master plan communities, and they're honestly scattered all over the place. You can find them in just about every city, North Las Vegas, and even Henderson. It is very important to note that every non-HOA community is measured a little bit differently, and it has a lot to do with how the residents care for their properties and if there's any synchronicity in that community that the residents have collectively created. All right, so let's talk about the pros and the cons. You guys know I'm a half glass kind of full girl, so let's get started with the pros. Pro number one, and this is a no-brainer, there's no HOA fees. One of the biggest advantages of living in a non-HOA community is that you do not have to pay any monthly, annually, or quarterly HOA fee. This means that you can save money that would have gone towards the reserves of the HOA and put it towards something different like home improvements or your general savings. For example, if you live in an HOA community and the fee is $100 every month, you would have saved over the course of 5 years, $6,000. Pro number two is there's fewer rules and regulations. Non-HOA communities tend to have fewer rules and regulations than their HOA counterparts, providing residents with more freedom to personalize their properties and make changes as they please. So generally in a non-HOA community, you can make these kind of changes without having to seek approval from a governing body or even your neighbor. This can be particularly appealing to homeowners who want to really express their individuality and creativity through their home decor and their landscaping. For example, you might want to paint your house a bright color or plant an extravagant garden in your front yard and not have to worry about violating any rules. Pro number three is you have more privacy. Without an HOA, you have more privacy and you won't have somebody monitoring your property or trying to enforce rules on your behavior. This means that you can feel free to use your property as you see fit without worrying about being judged or watched by others. You can also enjoy more privacy in your outdoor spaces without having to worry about your neighbors' opinions or restrictions on how you can use or set up your own backyard. And guys, before you go any further, if you don't already know, my name is Erica Lamar. I'm a full-time real estate professional as well as a real estate investor here in the Las Vegas Valley. My team and I have been helping people transition to the Las Vegas Valley for 7 years, and we absolutely love doing it. So if you guys have any questions about Las Vegas or moving to Las Vegas in the near future, all of our contact information is in the description below. And if you guys like this video and other videos I make just like it, make sure you give me a thumbs up and subscribe because it really helps out the channel. Let's get back to our video. We're going into the cons. Con number one is there's no amenities. Non-HOA communities may not have the amenities that are commonly found in HOA communities such as a community pool, gym, or clubhouse. This can be a disadvantage for a homeowner who enjoys using these amenities and wants to have access to them without having to pay for them individually. Con number two is there's less community involvement. Non-HOA communities tend to have less community involvement and social opportunities than HOA communities. This means that you're going to have fewer opportunities to meet your neighbors and participate in community events. This can make it more difficult to build a sense of community and establish relationships with people in your neighborhood and community. Con number three is less property value protection and integrity of the community. So a lot of people don't generally think about this, but an HOA is in place to make sure that everybody is maintaining their properties and protecting the integrity of the community. So no unmanicured lawns, biohazards, eyesores, or non-color coordinating schemes are allowed in HOA communities because they want to make sure everybody is on the same page to not only protect the functionality, but make sure it is aesthetically pleasing. Without an HOA, there may be less protection for your property value as your neighbors may not be held to the same standards for maintaining their homes and their yards. Now, this can lead to property values decreasing over time, particularly if neighboring properties become run down or neglected. You won't be able to keep someone from storing a broken down car on the street or encouraging someone to not park their oversized RV or commercial vehicle at their residence. I could not imagine seeing an 18-wheeler in the background of this beautiful park just sitting there. So that being said, you guys can probably figure out I do live in an HOA. Con number 4 is the potential for conflict. Without an HOA to mediate disputes, conflicts between neighbors can arise and they actually might be more difficult to resolve. This can lead to ongoing tension between neighbors and can make it more difficult to enjoy your home and the overall community. It's important to consider how you would handle these potential conflicts or disputes before deciding whether you even want to be in a non-HOA community or not. Should you live in a non-HOA community and have a troublesome neighbor, there are no hearings or actions set by the HOA to intervene, so this means that you have to handle it on your own. There's actually a couple different ways you can do this. One way is by contacting the code enforcement to handle the disputes, and if that doesn't work, as a last resort, you would have to take legal action against your neighbor for making your dwelling unlivable. So whether living in an HOA or a non-HOA community is better really just depends on your personal preferences and your priorities. Some people may prefer the freedom and cost savings of a non-HOA community, while others may prefer the amenities and the community involvement of the HOA. All right, guys, so that was my video on the pros and cons of a non-HOA community here in the Las Vegas Valley. If you guys have any questions about transitioning to Las Vegas or just Las Vegas in general, all of my contact information is in the description below. You guys feel free to reach out anytime. And remember, if you like this video and other videos that I make just like it, make sure you give me a thumbs up because it really helps out the channel. Until next time, see you in the next video.